You're listening to Professions Over Dinner with author and host Cynthia.
Chapter 2. Encounter. It was 12 p.m. and Ella's head was pounding. She missed 50 calls from Constance asking if she was all right and was hoping to see if she wanted to get lunch. She placed her hand over her eyes, recalling a dream, but could only remember the warmth from a sunset. Ella texted Constance to meet up with her at her apartment at 1 p.m. and rolled out of bed to brush her teeth and wash her face. The daylight beamed through her sheer curtains and her crystal chime sparkled brightly, illuminating her living room. Another beautiful day to be thankful for. She wore a light shirt and jeans paired up with her favorite nude flats, giving herself a nod of approval as she draped her metallic crossbody purse as the finishing touch. There was a distinct knock at the apartment door. "You're up and alive. Perfect. Let's get lunch. I'm starving." Constance grabbed onto Ella's hand and led them out of the foyer, chatting away about how amazing and romantic Alessandro was. Ella was happy to see Constance so in love with him and wished them luck in their new relationship. The girls' nail and pedicure appointment was booked in at 4 p.m. at Margaret's Nails, which gave them just enough time to enjoy a late yum-cha lunch in the city. Ella got their usual table and ordered their favorite dishes of siomai, congee, veggies, and dumplings within 5 minutes. The trolley ladies recognized the girls as their regulars and made their way straight to them as they knew their order. "So tell me again how Alessandro surprised you," Ella teased. Constance had love hearts in her eyes and sighed. "He picked me up from my place this morning and took me to a beautiful brunch by the beach." A simple but beautiful gesture for a first date that had a lasting impact on Constance, that she could not wait until their second date. The afternoon time flew by as the restaurant chatter began to die down and patrons left until they were the last ones, finishing off the jasmine tea and thanking the staff with a small tip. Constance was so full. This was her second lunch of the day, but she didn't mind. The girls walked to their favourite nail salon tucked away on Clarence Street above a hair salon. Eora and Margaret welcomed them and motioned them to the sink to wash their hands before treatment. "What colour this time?" Margaret asked as she delicately inspected Ella's nails to see how they fared from her last appointment. Ella hadn't put too much thought about it. She wanted something to match her dinner plans but couldn't decide. "She's going on a date tonight. Make it something sexy," Constance chimed in with a cheeky grin. Ella was blushing furiously. Margaret got up to get a deep red colour. Spike. This was daring and bold. It was perfect. They all chatted away about what happened the last 4 weeks since they last saw each other. Constance and Ella gushed at the fresh nails and flashed them over to Eora to have a look. "Oh, I love it," Eora exclaimed. Constance went with a glittery pink with gem accents that sparkled under the lights. Margaret took a few snaps for the Instagram and tagged the girls, noting how romance comes in all shades of pink and red, but sparkles best with people that you love. "All right, bestie, thank you for treating me out to lunch and nails today. You're going to do great tonight." Constance dropped Ella off at home and gave her a hug. Her Uber arrived and she half-jokingly said, "Oh, and don't forget to bring protection." Ella was going on a date tonight and she had bought way too many lingerie sets from the Easter Bunny spring sale and was now having a dilemma about choosing the right piece. As she was trying them on and throwing each garment back on the sofa, there was a knock at the door. She quickly slipped in her new luxurious powder blue silk gown and rushed over, hoping that the delivery of her cute office supplies arrived and her sweet elderly neighbours were there to drop them off. Instead, a tall, handsome stranger met her with a smile and breathed, "Hey." Ella met with an equally soft, "Hey," and their eyes met, searching for a "have I met you before" look, before she broke eye contact and scanned the corridor for Mr. and Mrs. Pepper. Almost completely forgetting she was in her floral lace bralette set, the robe slipped off her right shoulder and teased her guest with the toned figure and perky breasts ever so slightly peeking out. He noticed this and bit his bottom lip before regaining control of himself and asks, "Is Peter here? This is his address, and I'm visiting from the States." Ella broke her gaze on his lips and said, "Oh, Pete, he lives just 2 doors down at the end of the corridor." Breathing a slight sigh of relief that the stunning beauty wasn't Pete's girlfriend, he blushed and reached out his hand, introducing himself as Theodore, Theo for short. Ella went in for the handshake and replied, "I'm Ella Rose, Ella for short." His hand touching hers sent an electric shock up her spine, and she pulled away a little too fast. Noticing her small gasp, Theo wanted to take her right then and there, but he held back and said, "Thanks, I hope to see you around," as he flashed a pearly white smile. And with that, Ella found herself staring at his broad back and blushed bright pink when he turned around the corner and gave her a cheeky wink. Pete purposefully got Theo to bump into Ella as he thought they would be a good match. He tried to go out with her a year or two back, but she wasn't interested in him romantically, so they became neighbour buddies and looked out for each other. "Theo, my man, glad you could make it." Pete welcomed his friend to his bachelor pad and made him a flat white. "Thought you could use a pick-me-up from your long flight over," as he placed the porcelain cup down in front of him. Theo breathed in the caffeine as it wafted around him. He was grateful to have a friend like Peter, who knew him so well and took care of him during every visit to Australia. "Did you meet Ella?" Pete asked casually. "Your gorgeous neighbour?" "Yes, I did," Theo replied. Pete's back was turned, but Theo guessed he had set him up to meet her with the incorrect door number. "You keen to go out for dinner tonight or eat in?" Pete asked. "I think let's do a movie tonight. Still not feeling 100%. Pizza?" "Pizza," Pete agreed. The door buzzer went off and Theo offered to go down to pick up the order. As he reached the lift, Ella was already there, dressed to impress with a little black dress. Her heels and nails matched with a touch of glitter from her jewellery. Hey," they both said in unison. They got into the lift and Theo said, "You look stunning. Going on a girls' night out?" Ella blushed. "Oh, no, I'm actually going on a date." Theo's heart sank. Had he missed his chance with Ella? "It's a first date, just jumping on the dating apps for the first time since my breakup with my fiancé." "Oh, too much info," Ella nervously said. Before Theo could respond, Ella pranced out of the lift and waved back at him with a little smile. His heart thumped out of his chest as he watched her date kiss her hand and guided her back into his Jaguar. Theo knew he could sweep Ella off her feet. He picked up the order and walked back into Pete's apartment. "I think I'm falling for Ella," Theo sighed. "Welcome to the club," Pete said. "She's a hard one to crack, very private, but also clever and successful. Good luck." Theo knew he had a small opportunity to get to know her before he left back home, and he was going to make the most out of his time here, throw his hat into the ring, and ask her out. Thank you for listening to Professions Over Dinner. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!